Hi everyone, welcome in. Thank you for joining me. My name is Marlene and I'm with A Room to Bloom. So today I was out on a walk and it's wonderful. Found 3 feathers today out on my walk, and I have a bag from the walks before, right? So feathers keep coming up, and so in honor of that, I thought that I would do a reading starting out with a deck called Angels of Light. Like to see how you might notice that angels are working in your life or start to become more aware of them, right? That didn't, they did not go together when I shuffled them. So let's see, what would the angels like for you to know today? Okay, we have cooperation. So here is the card. The affirmation is, I cooperate with everyone. Angel wisdom suggests that you use your skills and your talents for the common good. Eliminate power struggles, conflicts, and competition, which come from an ego desire to win. Cooperation for the highest good promotes harmony and togetherness, and it draws the best from everyone. Make it your aim that everyone has a sense of satisfaction from work done. Then you become a spreader of goodwill and harmony. Your angel guidance is to bring people together and to explore how you can mutually assist each other. Your attitude of sharing will ensure that you benefit in your turn, for the angels will bless your endeavors. Really lovely message. Again, it suggests to use your skills and your talents for the common good. So it asks you to sit with yourself and to ask yourself, what are your talents and skills? And I know it seems kind of odd to ask another, or even if you don't ask another. Like, think about times when either, a parent or somebody, an adult in your life, or a good friend or a brother or sister said, you're so talented at this, right? And even though you did it and you acknowledge that you did something, maybe, whatever it was, right? Maybe you weren't really pursuing it. You just enjoyed doing it, but you weren't really pursuing it. But others were seeing that you we're doing a great job at whatever that is. So writing a list for those and asking yourself that bigger question: how can I use these gifts and skills for the greater good of all, and let go of the competition, right? It's not about the win. It's about the joy of taking what we have been given in the area of gifts and sharing that to help others, right? Okay, what else do we have? We have light. Light illuminates darkness. Let me just hold that up here. And gloom, bringing hope and inspiration. Ask the angels to fill you with more light, for it contains spiritual information and knowledge. These are the keys to the universe and bring love and peace, as well as unlocking the wisdom within you. As your light becomes stronger and clearer, you will find clarity and purpose. You will radiate brightly and become a beacon, reminding others of the divine help available. Angel wisdom suggests that you ask the angels to ignite and strengthen the divine flame within you, right? So taking and then taking that light, right, and your skills and being that light for others. I am a light. Think about how many times in your life someone has lit up a path, helped you see something more clearly, brought clarity to a situation for you. And there have been times where you have maybe done that for others, right? But again, asking your angels to fill you with more light. Okay, and I have goosebumps as I'm saying that again. The next one is serenity. So, really, an overall peacefulness, right? Serenity bestows inner peace, tranquility, and calmness of mind. When you feel serene, you are your own person, for nothing and no one can bother, upset, or influence you. You are like a calm, clear lake, beautiful and peaceful to be with. Your quiet radiance brings hope and support to those who come within your aura. You attract respect and love from others, for all are calmed by you. As you become deeply serene and still, you connect to the higher powers of the universe for divine guidance, and your path in life becomes smooth and flowing. Quietly ask your angel to hold you in serenity. So lovely. This message is just so powerful, right? So the last reading I did, the first card, I had just split the deck right before I started the reading, and the card was called, it said unbothered, and it was exactly that. There were people arguing in the background, and yet this person who was in the forefront was just sipping on a cup of coffee. And it was like being that person that is steady, right? You know, you've heard that term, steady Eddie, right? It's kind of like that. Someone who their presence just lights up the room. You know that, like, you attract respect and love from others, right? So, and all people are calmed by your presence. So that is such a beautiful message. Okay, what else do we have here? Acknowledgement. Okay, here's the word acknowledgement. Look after yourself by acknowledging your desires and your needs and taking action to meet them. Examine and note your gifts, your talents, and your achievements. So we have two messages with this, right? When you accept all aspects of yourself, you feel centered and confident. Then you can genuinely acknowledge others. Become aware of and nurture the good qualities of the people in your life so that they feel relaxed and happy in your presence. Angel wisdom reminds you to recognize who you truly are, an evolved spirit in a human body. When you acknowledge your spiritual dimensions, you will align with your true self and your spirit will soar. So I don't have the window open right now, but when I was reading that, a train was started to go by, right? And so the horn was going. And it was when I believe it was when it said when you accept all aspects of yourself, you feel centered and confident, right? I acknowledge who I truly am. We're going to go ahead with one more, and we have abundance. And you know, I split the deck right before I did this reading, and this was one of the cards. In fact, I think it was acknowledgement and abundance, and I just shuffled them again before. So abundance says, it is time for your life to flow with prosperity, love, and success. You draw from the limitless universal pool according to your belief in how much you deserve. Angel wisdom is reminding you now to believe in yourself and to trust that you deserve more. Then you will attract abundance and the true riches of life. To feel surrounded by love, open your heart to others. Choose to do what fulfills you most, and the angels will bring you joy, satisfaction, and success. Enhance your prosperity by receiving graciously, giving out willingly, and saying thank you for everything. Enjoy all you have, and more will come to you, right? So gratitude for all that you have. You know, when you go out shopping, you know, just taking that extra moment to say thank you for this gift or these gifts or whatever that is, right? Thank you that maybe you're buying gifts for other people, that you were able to purchase those gifts or find those gifts to uh, bring abundance into someone else's life as well, right? So lovely message there. Okay, all right. I was being drawn to look on the bottom of the deck, and we have wisdom, and I think that's wonderful. Knowledge is learnt, but wisdom is the divine prompting within you. Your angel guidance is to connect to your still, quiet center and to listen to the wisdom of your soul. Then you will take decisions and act from your own infinite self. With wisdom, life takes on a new perspective as dramas and fears become insignificant in comparison with the magnificence of the overall picture. Walk your path in life as the one of the wise ones, and you will revere, and all will revere and respect you. And you know, I find this really interesting because that deck that I was talking about before, I have never gotten a deck up like with gossip and this type of thing, but I purchased it, and it was the first time I used it that last reading or two, and I I used it once for myself before, and I saw that the messages were not like, at least what came up in the cards, like this gossip situation. I got the deck to actually bring this to the attention of others so that we can consider what it is that we are speaking about, right? So that we remember, um, to focus on the higher, right, higher aspects. It's like, um, because, like, again, with wisdom, life takes on a new perspective as dramas and fears become insignificant. Because now we're not focusing on that drama, we're focusing on ideas, inventions, creativity, right? Focusing on the light, focusing on positivity, focusing on encouraging others and inspiring others. Rather than taking people down, it's lifting people up. So the idea, I've heard this saying about help, instead of ripping each other's crowns off, help some straighten their crown. If life gets a little rocky for someone, don't take them down. It's like, let's straighten things out and help them. The example that is coming to me right now is I've been watching Army Wives, and I watched it a long time ago. But as I reflect back over that show, how many times these people are there for each other. And yes, there are times when they show like the humanness where one has hurt another for one reason or another. Of course, they didn't show all the backside of that story, right? But they'll show a reaction or the pain or the hurt, the suffering, right? But their friendship was bigger than that. It may have thrown things off for a while, but it always came full circle to, because they held wisdom, right? And again, it is learned. I'm sorry. Knowledge is learned, but wisdom is the divine prompting within you. So that's like the subconscious thing coming up here. Okay, and while I'm on the angel deck, I'm going to use the guardian angel tarot deck. I haven't used this in a little while. Let's see what comes up here. What would you like to tell us about cooperation, using your skills and talents for the common good? Eliminating power struggles, conflict, and competition. So interesting. We have letting go. This speaks about transformation. It's the death card in tarot, which can be a letting go of an old way. It can be a job. It can be changes. It is about transformation. Okay. So releasing the past can seem like a challenge. but it can also be liberating. Your angels will help you to let go so you can fly higher than ever before. Endings always herald new beginnings. Choose to allow this situation to lead you to a more joyful life. Change your life by changing your thoughts, right? Again, if someone is in power struggles, conflict, and competition, this might be encouraging you to say, let go of that and just step into flow, step into a new way of being, into cooperation. Think about if you are on in a canoe and you're on a river and you're paddling upstream. Okay, that maybe that's fine for a little while, but if there's like a super strong current, you get pretty tired of doing that. And this is saying, let go. Just let go and relax and stop with the struggles, right? Stop with the struggles, the conflict, the competition. Okay, tell us about the light here. Okay, we have the Two of Action. This is the Two of Wands card, which speaks about partnership, possibly, which is interesting because it falls after that cooperation card, but it falls with the light here. Trust in your ability to make excellent choices. There are opportunities that are all around you if you just continue to move forward, right? So choosing not to get stuck. Again, remember, light illuminates darkness and gloom, bringing hope and inspiration. So if you feel stuck, you might be feeling like heavy or more darkness. But again, talking with your angels and asking them to fill you with more light. So it may be time to take a new partner. So we have that cooperation card, right? Who can help you to be a success in your career or your creative endeavors. Keep your eyes on the big picture rather than the details of the moment, right? Because the details, we can get caught up in the details, right? What are the words that people say? The devil's in the details. But when we let go of the micromanagement and we move more into trust and flow instead of, oh, I have to control this and I have to control that. It's about trust. It's about faith. It's about flow. It's about enjoying our journey, right? Which is interesting because the next word is serenity. And so when we let go, and maybe we take on a partnership, we cooperate with others, it may bring even more serenity into our life. Okay, we have the Two of Thought. This is the Two of Swords card. So there might be something that you have not been able to see. The swords represent the fact that you're up in your thoughts, right? So your angels have noticed that you have not been moving forward. So you may have been feeling stuck or in this darker place. You have multiple options that you're reviewing, but you seem to be unable to choose. Ask your angels for signs as to what directions to take, or just listen to your inner voice. Deep down, you know what to do. Now, it's really interesting. Listen to your inner voice, that it falls under serenity. So, you are like a calm, clear lake and peaceful to be with. As you become more deeply serene and you connect to the higher powers. So this is saying still. Get still and listen to your inner voice. I am serene and still, making space, making time to do that, right? Okay, what do we have under acknowledgement? We have out with the old and in with the new. Look after yourself by acknowledging your desires and your needs and taking steps to meet them. Heaven is showing you a sign that it is time to move in a new direction. Often this is because you are not happy or you feel a lack of purpose in your life. This is a wake-up call to make changes that match your heart's desire and your spiritual truths, right? And here it says under acknowledgement, when you accept all aspects of yourself, you feel centered and confident. And look at that young gal is walking on like a log crossing, and the angel is helping her, right? Become aware of and nurture the good qualities of the people in your life so that they feel relaxed and happy in your presence, right? Back to cooperation. We're going to acknowledge that, not take people down. We're not going to have conflict and power struggles and competition, right? You are an evolved spirit in a human body, and when you acknowledge your spiritual dimensions, you will align with your true self and your spirit will soar. So out with the old. What is not really resonating with you in your life right now? Whatever that is. Maybe it's a job. Maybe it's a place that you live. Maybe it is a location that you live in, meaning a city or whatever that is. Whatever that is, just saying what is not resonating with me at this point or this juncture in my life, because I have had soul growth. Maybe you've stepped into a place of serenity. But if you've had this blockage and you're not admitting to yourself that something is not working for you, this is saying it's okay to stir things up a little bit and to shift the energy, right? You can shift the energy in your life by cleaning up your space, by letting things go. Because you start to tell the universe, I am ready for an energetic shift, right? If things in your home feel heavy, ask your angels to bring more light in, more light, more energy to get the work done that you would like to do so that you can lighten things up and not feel overwhelmed. Say you're ready to move, but you feel like it's an overwhelming endeavor. This is saying you can do this, right? With cooperation and others, things will work out for you. Okay, tell us about this abundance here. We have a happy change. Now, this is the Wheel of Fortune card, right? A happy change. Your angels have heard your prayers and have bonded together to create real, joyful changes in your life. Events begin to move forward, and great progress will now be possible. You may need to make some rapid decisions due to the suddenness of activity. Be confident and trust the guidance you receive. And this falls under the abundance, right? Under the guidance you receive. And when are you going to receive this? As you are in your tranquility, in your serenity, right? Okay, I am going to look at the bottom of the deck. We have the Helper of Thought, okay? This is the Knight of Swords. Your life is about to start moving very fast. The Knight's energy moves quickly and they generally come rushing in. Events that seemed to be on hold suddenly require all of your attention. There's no time to sit and ponder. You've got to get moving. Review the details as best you can. Will meet or are someone with a very quick mind who grasps what to do. This person is both confident and courageous, right? So think of a knight who comes rushing in with information. The sword is they're getting to the truth of something. Thoughts, they're in their thoughts. They have something to say, right? Under that card, we have the Six of Thought again. The Six of Thought is about moving away, leaving rough waters and moving on to calm waters. Peaceful times are on the horizon. The storms have passed, and now you can see the destination is within sight. The stress in your life will begin to fade away, allowing for happier times. It may be necessary to take a journey over water or to another country, right? So very lovely image. And then I was planning on taking 3. I'm not going to look anymore. But we have the Ace of Abundance, which is a new beginning in finances, earthly things that have to do with our earthly experience, right? The chair brings wonderful news. A windfall of resources comes your way to help you with your plans. These resources may involve money, advice, or assistance in getting things done. That's interesting because it's not far from cooperation here, right? It's a good time to start a new venture, change careers, or to go into business for yourself. There may be important contracts to sign. Okay. All right. So let's see what else we have. I think I'm going to use the Divine Angel Oracle deck. Let's see what comes up here. These are numbers. Okay, what else do you have? What would you like to tell us about this cooperation here? Security. 646. Work hard and stay disciplined to unlock a happy, wealthy, and successful life. Your guardian angels are here to help you. You know what is so interesting about this? I took a picture at a place today, and it was a jar that had like a cork lid on it, and it said guardian angels. They're here to help you, right? I didn't buy the jar. I didn't need the jar, but it was like the idea of the jar was to put money in it, right? So 646 may be something you're seeing. The color on it is blue. Something to do with the throat chakra, speaking, writing, singing. Okay, the next one under the light and the 2 of action, which would be the partnership of some sort. It could be business partnership. 232, it says trust in yourself and the universe. Have faith in the divine plan and trust that everything is unfolding as it should. Unfolding as it should. Again, continue to, if you feel stuck, continue to ask your angels to fill you with more light, right? And trust that things are working out. Okay, the next one that we have under Serenity and the 2 of Fat, which is so interesting, we have another card of letting go. And that will bring someone to serenity, right? Surrender and let go of control. Release resistance and trust in the flow of life, knowing that everything unfolds in divine timing and your highest good. So the idea of pushing and pushing can bring frustration. And what we're looking to do is to release frustration and to step into serenity, to peacefulness, to calm, to faith, to trust, right? To trust. Okay, what else do we have here under acknowledgement? Self-care, 7, 8, 9. So we have numbers that are ascending, right? And so practicing self-care, out with the old and in with the new. So that might be something that you used to do and now it's like time to do something different. Ensure you're getting enough rest and engaging in activities that bring joy to your life, right? So if you've been going along to get along and it hasn't been working for you, and it's like, and you just see this like circle, the same thing. It's like, you're asking yourself, is this it? Right? Am I growing? Am I evolving? Am I seeking? Have I been asking for wisdom? Am I stepping into serenity to hear that small voice within, right? These are all practices of self-care. So again, it falls under the word acknowledgement, where it says look after yourself by acknowledging desires and needs, your desires and needs, and taking steps to meet them. Examine and note your gifts and talents and your achievements, right? That is part of self-care. Okay, and one more here under abundance. We have starting over, number 210. Okay, you are presented with the opportunity for a fresh start and a new beginning. release regrets, and embrace the present moment with openness and optimism, right? So very lovely message there. Just want to see where we are for time. Okay, we are at 29 minutes. I'm just going to take a message here from Astro Affirmations. Let's see what Spirit wants to bring forth. Okay, the date I opened this up to is September 7th and 8th, and it says, nothing is forever, which means you can rise from anything and recreate yourself. And the other one says, everything is now up to you. Every thought, every feeling, every moment. September 8th says, be happy with what you already have and work hard for what you want. And the other one is, invest in yourself, love unconditionally, and dream as big as you can. Okay, so those are the messages from here. And let's see, by the way, this book is by Stella Andromeda. So I want to say thank you for joining me. I hope you have an amazing day. Take care.